Greetings, everyone, and welcome to day 29 of 31 Days of Proverbs with the Grieving Needs Foundation. So, the Grieving Needs Foundation exists to walk with individuals and families as they navigate seasons of grief, healing, and rebuilding. And we believe that through God's word, community support, and compassionate care, hearts can be restored and hope can rise again. So each day for this series, we are walking together through God's word, finding strength and wisdom and healing for life's journeys. So we thank you for joining us today for day 29, Proverbs 29. Our theme is trusting God's guidance in this process. So Proverbs 29 gives us directions for living a grounded and guided life, especially when emotions are high and clarity feels out of reach or it's hard to find. When we are grieving, decisions can feel overwhelming, but what's next? Where do I go from here is the thoughts that we have, and how do I move forward? And this is the guidance that we need. Verse 18 speaks right to that. And in that moment of uncertainty, it says, where there is no vision, the people perish, but blessed is the one who heeds wisdom's instruction. So when life shifts unexpectedly through loss or trauma or change, our vision can become blurred. We may not see the future clearly, but God does. And that's why we have to stand firm with him. And as he promises, he guides us as we move with him one step at a time, every moment. So at the Grieving Needs Foundation, we believe that healing includes rediscovering hope, allowing God to give us a new vision when the old one no longer fits our reality, or when the old one is so distorted that we don't see it. So verse 25 reminds us that where true security is found at in our life, it says, fear of man will prove to be a snare, but whosoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe. People may disappoint. Circumstances will change. Not may change, but they will change. But God remains steadfast. Trust in him doesn't remove us from challenges, but it does remove the fear that tries to steal our peace. That's what it tells us, is that we can trust in God, and it's not going to stop us from having challenges, but by having him in our life, it can help our peace restore quickly. Proverbs 29 also encourages us to create environments of justice and compassion, to treat others with dignity, and especially those who are vulnerable, are overlooked, or hurting. That is the heart of what we do at the Grieving Needs Foundation, seeing those who feel unseen, standing with those who feel alone, and loving those who feel broken and that they have no one else around. So today, Proverbs 29 gently calls us to trust God's direction, to believe that life does not end with loss, or life doesn't end when changes happen, or when we don't get the outcome that we're expecting, and that healing is still possible in all that goes on in our life. So my prayer for you today is this: that God restores vision where life has blurred your view. May he give you clarity where confusion once lived, and direction where uncertainty has lingered. And may trust rise up within you, stronger than fear, and stronger than grief, and stronger than anything that tries to hold you back. May you find comfort in knowing that God has gone before you, and he walks beside you, and he will lead you into a future that is full of purpose and hope and promise. I've asked this prayer over your life today, that you just remember who he is and who you are in his life, how important you are to him. So I thank you so much for joining us for day 29 of 31 Days of Proverbs with the Grieving Needs Foundation. Let's continue to walk together in God's wisdom, one chapter at a time, as he leads us towards healing, peace, and purpose. Join us back here tomorrow for day number 30. Thank you.